Hello, class. Welcome to MAPEH, Quarter 1, Week 7, Physical Education, Volleyball Skills. I'm your subject teacher, Marco Fajardo. Most essential learning competency. Execute the skills involved in the sport. Content. Volleyball skills. Expectations. In this module, the learners are expected to learn the passing skills in playing a volleyball game. Specifically, this module will help them familiarize skills involved in volleyball to develop one's interest in the said sport. They are also expected to execute proficiency in the skill passing in volleyball, as well as explain the health and fitness benefits of exhibiting enjoyment in playing volleyball. Also, this module will help them learn how to monitor your progress toward a fitness goal and analyze your progress in doing pass in volleyball and help to show their analysis of progress with the use of graph that will develop their interest in assessing personal physical progress. And most importantly, they will able to compare their physical fitness pre-test and post-test as a joint point of comparison in monitoring periodically progress toward their fitness goal. Basic skills involved in volleyball. Volleyball fundamentals are key like most sports. Volleyball requires every player to get good at some basic skills before they can truly excel at the sport. The following are the basic fundamental skills in volleyball. Passing. Passing is simply getting the ball to someone else on your team after it's been served or hit over the net by the opposing team. It's commonly true as the most important skill in all of volleyball because your team can return the ball without a solid volleyball pass. Forearm volleyball passes are often used to direct the ball in a controlled manner to a teammate, but overhead passing is another option. Setting. The setter has the most important position on the team, and it is often the team leader for this reason. It's a it's their job to make it easy for a teammate to get the ball over the volleyball net, preferably with a spike that the other team can't return. The setting motion gets the ball hanging in the air, ready to be spiked by another teammate with force. Spiking, a real crowd pleaser. Spiking is the act of slamming the ball in a downward motion across the volleyball net to another team's side of the court. When done well, spiking is very difficult to return, which is why it's an essential skill. A proper spike will help accumulate points quickly. Blocking. Blocking is another important skill. Although it's probably the most expendable of the fundamentals, still it adds a great dimension to the game, keeping the other team on their toes, so to speak. By timing it right, you can jump up and deflect or block the opponent's attack before it even crosses the volleyball net, which can take them by surprise and give your team an easy point. Digging. Digging is a defensive maneuver in volleyball that can save your team from an offensive spike or attack. Your job is to keep the ball from hitting the floor, and you do that by diving and passing the ball in a fluid motion. Unlike a typical pass, you'll probably be trying to recover the ball from a steep downward trajectory. This is another great skill to have, but it's an important as passing, setting, or spiking. Serving. Our final fundamental skill is serving. How can you be a great volleyball player without knowing how to serve? There are a variety of ways to serve, but you'll most often see the underhand or overhand serves. For an underhand serve, if you're right-handed, hold the ball on your left hand while the right hand makes a piece with the thumb on top. Contact the underside of the ball to send it over the net. For an overhand serve, which is more advanced and common among skilled players, you'll be tossing the ball up while you pull back the dominant arm and swing. Don't follow through the afterhand contact of the ball, which should feel almost like you're punching the ball across the volleyball net. Additional information. The volleyball game becomes a popular sport in our country nowadays. The main objective of the game is to volley the ball over the net and land on the opponent's court. The team will only be able to do it by passing the ball. Pass. Passing is used when the first contact of a team after the ball has crossed the net on a serve or other type of hit. It is also called receiving. It is an act of stopping the ball coming from the opponent's side. There are two ways in doing a pass: the forehand pass and the overhead pass. Brief introduction. The forehand pass or bump is often used skill in the volleyball game. Remember, in making a pass or receiving the ball, you should be in a ready position. Your feet must be comfortably apart with your knees slightly bent. Your arms must be together and straight. Overhead pass or toss. Putting the ball in position where the attackers may hit the ball towards the opponent's court. This skill is also called setting. Remember to use your flex finger in contacting the ball and keep your arms and wrists relaxed. Your knees must be slightly bent in doing the pass. Ball control is a technique that should be developed. The coordination of your body parts is also important as well as the rhythm. Volleyball skills for attacking consist of four parts. 1. The approach. 2. The take-off. 3. The mid-air contact. And the fourth, the landing. The approach. Players position their body in the air to be prepared to hit the ball. The take-off. Players develop valuable skills to quickly get off the ground using both legs to jump. The shorter the ground contact time is on the last two steps of a approach, the more elastic energy you can utilize for exploding high. The mid-air contact. Players are positioned with their arms stretched upward and about 6 inches behind the ball, and contact the ball in their highest jump. The landing. Players land from their jumping position and land on the balls of their feet where knees bend. Spiking. Spiking is another valuable skill that we need to acquire. This involves knowing how to control because we also need to avoid the ball touching the net. Spiking the ball is the best counter attack to make the opponent's team commit a fault. A ball must be well placed to be spiked with a greater force in a downward direction. A spiker must be able to hit the ball while it is still just above the net. To achieve this, a player should be able and practice jumping high. A player who's able to jump high has more chance of hitting the ball in the desired direction. Following tips should be observed to have a good spike. Take off with both feet to achieve balance. Jump behind the ball to have a greater chance of hitting it. Avoid being too close with the net. Strike the ball downward with force while in the air. Blocking. Blocking is a technique done by the players of a defensive team in an attempt to return the ball to the opponent's court or make the fall of the ball on their court with lesser intensity for the other teammate to be able to retrieve it. To have a good block, timing is needed. Players who attempt to block the ball must stay 2 to 3 feet away from the net in order not to touch the net or land on the opponent's area. Type of serve in volleyball. 1. Underhand serve is a volleyball serve in which the ball is given a slight underhand toss from about waist high and then struck it with a close piece by the opposing hand. Stance. The server, who is right-handed person, face the net with left foot forward. The ball is held about waist level in a palm of the left hand in front of the right leg. Body action. Swing right arm backward. Weight is on the right foot. Swing right arm forward. Weight shifting from right to the left foot. And strike or hit the ball. Open hand piece close as left hand release the ball. Take note, reverse the stance and body action if the server is a left-handed. Okay. Number 2, overhand serve is done by tossing the ball up into the air and then striking it with the opposite hand above the shoulder. The stance is just the same as underhand serve, but server tosses the ball above the head level and hitting it with extended hitting arm. Number 3, sidearm serve is a volleyball serve in which the ball is hit by an arm swing from the side. Stance. Left shoulder of the serve or server is closer to the net. The ball held at the shoulder level in the palm of the left hand, stretch or half stretch. Body action. Right arm is at the back, weight on the right side. Shift weight from the right to left. Then swings the arm forward, hitting the ball with a follow through. Monitoring your progress in your fitness goal helps you to observe the following. Look into our diagram. Importance of monitoring fitness. Makes it bound to each end outperform your objective. Permits you to be progressively effective in your time and exercises. Considers simpler alterations and demonstrates when and where changes should be made. It tends to be rousing and strengthening to remind you why you are doing what you are. Keeps you focused on your fitness goal. Performance tasks. So, you have to practice your forearm pass or bump. Okay. Objective. Execute proficiently passing in volleyball. Materials. Volleyball, ball, and sports attire. or you can make any ball that available at your home. First, conduct a warm-up exercises. Practice your forearm pass or bump. Observe the proper position of your body and remember to control the ball given to you by your partner, if possible, that you have a partner, or pass the ball alternately for 20 times, then move farther from each other. You can also change the position for more variation of this activity. If you will do or execute the bump alone, okay, you can just simply do the tossing the ball and performing the 20 times. Okay. You need to record or video your performance. This will serve as your proof of doing the activity. For your written task, you have to answer let's process your learning by completing the statement below. You have to copy and answer these numbers 1, 2, and 3. After you finish answering this, take a picture on it and be ready to send it. Performance task number 2. Practice your overhead pass or toss. Objective: execute proficiently passing in volleyball. Materials: volleyball, ball, and sports attire. Instruction: look for a place in your house with a high ceiling. With the use of your flex fingers, try to toss the ball 10 times without falling on the floor. After, together with your family member, toss the ball towards each other alternately for 20 times. You have to record your performance. You need to video record it that you're performing the toss. Be ready with this video recorded as your proof of your performance task and send it. Now, let's proceed for your written task. Again, in a paper, you have to copy and answer this following. Let's process your learning by answering the following questions. Number 1, 2, and 3. After you copy and answer it, take a picture and be ready to send it to. For a recap of the activity output. Performance, you have video 1, which is bump, and the video 2 recording is toss. So, total of 2 videos to be submitted, while you have total of 6 questions to be answered for written tasks. Now, thank you for listening. Stay safe and submit your output on time.